Phil and his wife Phyllis live in a man-made burrow in the downtown Punxsutawney library. The state rules only a handful of people are able to touch the weather teller. Ron Plaucha, dubbed the Stump Warden, has been Phil's handler for the past 6 years.
Of course, a lot of people may not know this, that Phil does have a wife. Her name is Phyllis, of course. The bad thing is Phyllis does not get the elixir of life like Phil does. So Phyllis is just a mortal groundhog, which therefore means about every 4 or 5 years, Phil gets a new wife. He's kind of like the Hugh Hefner of the animal world. He's 132. His wives are either, in groundhog years, pretty young. But you'll notice also Phil has this little smile on his face all the time. You got to look real close to see that.
Every September, Phil is fed an everlasting elixir, giving him the power to stay our weather king for all time.
Whether Punxsutawney Phil sees a shadow or not is unknown until February 2nd. But what we do know is that he rules the animal kingdom.
Only one marmot can make that prediction, and he does that on February 2nd. All I can do is help support him in what he's going to do.
We got Phil out, and he was in good spirits, and the other handler held him up so the crowd could see him, and then he passed him off to me, and my job was to set him up on the stump opposite the president. And so we're not sure why that morning, but as soon as his feet hit the stump up here, he took off the other way. Normally he'll just sit and stare. And since the other guys are frightened to death of Phil, they won't touch him, I had to reach clear over across the stump to get him. And I normally try to get him like right here. Well, I accidentally got him right here. And as soon as I did that, he chomped into my glove, and I brought him around. And there's a picture that went across the AP wires of me like this, and it wasn't a smile, it was a grimace, because if you look closely in the picture, you'll see he's got his chomps right into this part of my hand. And it hurts. They don't let go, they clamp down. I don't know how I got them to release, but we got through the morning all right.
People start crowding Gobbler's Knob around 3 o'clock in the morning. Tourists from all over the world come for only one thing.
Today's my 61st birthday, and I wanted to get out on the road and do a road trip. And I've never been to Punxsutawney, and I thought, why not? So we just got in the car and drove up here. And I have a very dear friend who was born here, and her great-grandfather, I think, designed the original Punxsutawney Phil, the drawing of the original Punxsutawney Phil, and she has a little emblem that she made into a necklace of her grandfather's drawing.
Reporting for Falcon 5 News, I'm Erin Kelly.
It's Groundhog Day.